namaste and welcome. I'm JC Yogi, and I'm here in France in a beautiful retreat center, the Mill Retreat Center, running our yoga retreat, and I'm cooking on this retreat, and I brought my trapeze with me. I just want to do a little session with you today just to show you like the effect and the help and the use of the trapeze yoga, trapeze yoga tonic, and how it helps us when we come to the mat yoga. So today will be like a little information about it, how we're gonna go deep, like into the hip flexors, deep into the back bend, and of course into inversion and opening the shoulders using the handles on the trapeze. So I'm standing this way because I really want to see, because on the trapeze we go forward and backward, and I'll explain everything as we go along. So when we come to the trapeze, we always warm the body by engaging the big muscle group. When I take 90-90 squat or kind of like a chair pose form with the handles, I'm grabbing the top handles and I'm going into a squat where I bend the knee about 45 degree angle of the legs, bend the elbows, the arms at 45 degree angles on each limbs. That gives us 90-90 squat form. Engage your core, lengthen the spine, push your feet into the ground and pull the handles down. Using that anti-gravity help us to fire up all the major muscles in the body. Keeping the breath rhythmic at Ujjayi Pranayama. And we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push yourself up and gently you're gonna come up. Okay, I'm gonna come in front of the trapeze and use the top handles to open the shoulders. So when I grab the top handles, I'm gonna keep the parallel grip, so you're being palms facing each other's. And as I hold the grip, walk slightly forward till you feel the resistance of the trapeze. My elbow pointing forward, I'm pulling the trapeze down or engaging and allow the heart center to open. That's enough here. You can lift the heels, push the hip bone, people bone forward, and get into that deep shoulders. You notice straight away my voice changed because my front body working super hard. Good to come back, light knee bend, and then slowly come back. I'm going to side stretch. As I turn to my left side, I'm going to use my right elbow to bend lightly, kind of like over my head. And then as I move to the right hand side, my right shoulder is half moon pose. It's going to open up the side, stretch of the body, inhale here. And then exhale, slowly come back. So we hold the pose roughly on trapeze about 5 seconds and up to 30-40 seconds, sometimes even longer. So my left shoulder has to pull back, the hips goes forward. What is your half moon pose? Good, and gently, slowly, gonna come back to the center. Gonna grab the middle handles, and that's gonna open up the hip flexor a lot and then strengthen it. There's a black clip, I'm gonna move it up a little bit. So get my arms, kind of elbow inside the trapeze lightly, and I'm pushing, I'm very, very close to the trapeze. I'm pushing the handles down, engage the core, lean slightly forward. As I push down, engage the knee and the hips up, and you can hold it as long as possible for you. Keep arms closed and slowly drop down. I'm going to come on my knees, and then similar what I did earlier in a way. So arms wide, I'm going to come forward into kind of sort of half plank. And then exactly this is the same front body activation, core activation. Then with time and practice, when I come on my feet again, this is your flying plank, I call it, because you're into plank pose. Elbows bent, shoulder engage, core engage. And again, you can tell this is very strong form. Light knee bend to come back down. I'm going to move to the lowest handles, come onto my belly. I'm going to use the lowest handles, something we call the cliffhanger, where I'm going to come 4 fingers grip, and then your fingertip extend, thumb underneath, tops of your feet. Shalabhasana is a great traction of your spine, shoulders, and then you can a little move right and left just to allow one more time the side body to open up. Then slowly I'm going to bring the full grip. I'm pushing the handles down, pushing my feet down, and I'm coming to cobra. That could be enough here. So if there's tension on the back body, stay where you are. You're going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to slide forward. I'm going to push down, coming to a higher cobra. Because the cobra, remember, your hips always on the ground. Shoulders back, inhale here. Exhale, slowly release. Bring the elbows slightly closer to the earth. Push them forward, pull the handles. Then we're going to start a little more rotation and opening the shoulders. I'm going to take my arms wide, a crucifix, and then forward. And again, wide and forward. The next time you go wide, I'm going to push down and rise up. It's quite deeper because you're really opening those shoulders, engaging the core, and your back is getting stronger. Lower down slowly, release the handles, and as we come back up, very gently to standing. I'm going to go behind the trapeze. I'm going to start with a downward facing dog. So hold the trapeze around your hips. As you come forward, you're going to feel the trapeze take you back a little bit, feet on the ground, arms extended, neck is long. So we start to work with the traction of the spine. When it comes to the dolphin form, I'm going to slide back all the way so my forearm will touch the earth. Push your palm together and then keep your toes on the ground. Core engaged. When you're ready, you float your feet up and then gently you stack the shoulders over your elbows. It's a really nice way to work the shoulders. Then this is a little bit different to wrap the legs. When we wrap the legs, we're going to keep your knee bent and then push the tops of my feet and then kind of slide backward. Then I push the forearm down, push your feet into the hammock, and coming into that form of Pinchanayasana. Neck always long. It's going to open up the shoulders deep, and slowly coming back. So you can keep your feet as they are. Take the downward facing dog form. And that's going to open up the heart center like the Anahatasana pose. Good, come back slowly. Feet down. Walk your feet forward. As you come forward, take your feet as wide as your hips or wider. I'm going to grab the hammock and walk back a little bit. Extend this trapeze seat forward, bend your knees, and then come into that forward fold, using the trapeze to pull, and then push my hips back. Good, pull back, pull back, pull back to center. And we're gonna take a pigeon form from here. And by the way, the trapeze goes up and down. This is like the kind of middle section of the trapeze, if that makes sense. Normally I go slightly lower, but because of the space here, I couldn't go any lower than that, but that's good enough. The right foot in, right knee to the right. I keep like my heel lightly on the edge as I come into a pigeon form. And often, because of the trapeze and the tighter places in our bodies, I can feel my body is shifting slightly over to the right. It's absolutely normal. Eventually you start to engage the muscles that need to work to help you get deep into the pigeon pose. Good, inhale. And this normally, the pigeon, I like to hold it for about 30 seconds at least, because we're really deep onto the hips, the glutes, the quads, and then what happened my left side as well, feeling the work. Got a beautiful day today here in France. With a little week of rain, but now it's all, you might hear the bird, you might hear sometimes someone cutting the grass as well in the background, just in case you wonder what's that noise. And they're cutting the grass because obviously it grows so quickly with the rain. Let's change. Now, before I change, watch that, I'm gonna pull back. First I am pushing my body towards the trapeze support. Now I'm putting the trapeze towards me. It's like sitting on a chair, cross-legged, and I'm gonna round my back. So I'm gonna flex as much as we can into my lower back, spine. Oh, that's just really go deep into the body. My left knee slightly bent. Remember that it's like a chair pose form. And then coming back up, nice and slowly come up. And then we change leg. So the left heel in, right left knee in. And always make sure, you know, we trust the trapeze because we really want to lean towards it. And notice how I come forward and come forward and come forward to lean towards it. And keep the right knee bent. I'm holding the trapeze with both hands, hugging the trapeze. Oh, my left glutes. And then really, really tight. Help me to open from here. Inhale, inhale. And exhale. Okay, another maybe 10 seconds here. You start to pull back very carefully as you pull back. I'm going to lean back. Remember, I'm pulling the trapeze towards me and keep the right knee bent. Left heel sometimes rests on the right knee or thigh. And as I fall forward, oh, big flexion of the spine. Remember to pull that trapeze back. You can always slowly come back. Before I go higher, I'm going to go back in front of it to show you how we can stretch the quads. A lot of times when we stretch the quads in the thigh and the hip flexor, if your knee on the floor directly, you're on your kneecap, can be a little bit painful. So that's why I like to use the trapeze, always useful. And I take the right foot and I swivel the tops of the right foot into the trapeze. And then very gently as I hold the handles, I lean back. My right knee is slightly off the ground. My leaning backward towards the trapeze. Oh, this is a deep thigh stretch. And I keep pulling with handles, one or both. Then really as you pull, you're stretching. And when you're ready after that stretch, you want to work the left hip flexor. When I showed you earlier with the two middle handles, I'm pulling the left knee up and I start to lift my upper body up. My core engage, my left hip engage, my right leg stretch. Drop down and lower your right knee down. While I'm here, I'm going to go into the lizard lunge. I'm going to take both hands on the inside and then walk your left foot as far as you can over to the left. Maybe turn your toe out. Pushing your hand down, lift the right knee, extend the right leg back, and then maybe coming into a deep lizard lunge. This is really deep on the left hip, right hip of course. And by turning the foot slightly out, I'm really getting some pressure off my left hip flexor to open up, working the outer hip of course. Good, nicely lower. The right knee, I'm going to take it down. I'm going to show you a little monkey twist, I call this. With this one, when we reach the hand to opposite foot, basically. So I let turn to the left. My left hand is going to go to the foot, is going to go to the right hand side of the trapeze. Push to your right hand, twist to the left, lift the right knee, and extend back. So I'm going to keep the left knee stacked, and then that deep twisted lunge or monkey twist. Oh, okay, feel that stretch deep. Nice, we're gonna go back down. I wanna switch leg. The best way to release the foot off is quite deep. After that, you're gonna feel your hips like a little jelly. And I did my left foot and see how I'm rolling the trapeze. The less material. The material is made from parachute and hold up to 300 kilos in weight. Oh, this is my tighter side. So I'm gonna pull the handles down, I'm going to allow my left knee to hover off the ground. Engage your foot behind me. I'm spreading the toes. I'm pushing my back toes. A lot of time this chest move forward, the ribs move forward. I'm going to keep the back and the shoulders towards the trapeze. And allow that weight to drop down. When you're ready, pull the handles down, lift the right knee up. You're going to float. You're going to slide a little bit eventually. Your left knee down, drop your foot down, drop the knee down. And as I come forward, lunge, both hands on the inside, right foot turn out, press down, engage, lift the left knee, extend back. And then lengthen, breathe in. Breathe out. Oh, this is less deep for me because I'm open on this side, but it's strengthening that part. I'm going to lower the knee down for a moment and take a twist. When we twist, the right arm reach to the left hand side where the foot is actually. Remember, in theory, if you're on the mat, your monkey twist, you catch your opposite foot. Pushing the left hand down, pulling the trapeze, lift the left knee, and then see how my right knee walks slightly backward, and I get that deep twist. The more you push your left foot back, the deeper it works. Good, nice. I'm going to take the right hand down, a little bit core work from here. Step your right foot in, it's like a plank pose. Push down and hold it. When you're ready, you're going to walk, bring your knees in, and take it back. Or sometimes straight leg, pushing down to the earth. Come back in, both knees to one side, back in, both knees to the opposite side, back in, and slowly lower down. This is really deep work. You can tell from my breathing. Now, this is where we take the trapeze higher to work with some inversions. There's like the daisy chain. They have loops and they all equal. Click the carabiner, make sure it's safe. The trapeze needs to be around hip height to really get you down. We're gonna start with the flying downward dog. The same as the downward dog, pushing the trapeze down, coming on the tippy toes, and as I slide back, my feet, my head, my hand float. That's why they're floating downward dog. Now we can get deeper into this. Either you can take the hands into the handles, remember this, you do this. We can extend the arms out like Superman, lift your feet up. Keep them wide, core engage. Oh, this is a really good one to stretch as well. Or you lower the hand very slowly, and then your hand goes on the trapeze seat itself. Lift your feet up, you're not wrapping. Squeeze the shoulder blade, and you're very close to the earth. It's really deep work. Always remember to come out, drop your feet, one hand back to the dog, and from the dog, walk forward. When your feet on the ground, keep walking forward. Then you bend your knees, slide your hand to your trapeze to safely come out. This is an inversion, by the way. It's really deep inversion. Okay. So normally I do a lot of warrior two poses, lunges. I'm going to come back to that maybe, but for now, I'm going to do the inversion form. I'm going to sit facing you so I can turn my head towards you. So, once I sit, I'm going to fold in half. I'm going to find what we call my seat. Now, I'll show you the way back as well in a moment. The hammock supporting my kind of buttocks, back of the body, like that was the lower back. As I lean back, I take the whole handles out, and this is where we double wrap your feet and you drop down. Actually, I'm putting away from you, but like I wanted to show you, it's a good way where the trapeze hold me. I know how to wrap the feet. When we come up, engage your core. I'm holding the handles, then very slowly come up, and always stay seated. Now I'm going to go that way, so you can see how I climb into it. So my both, the hammock folded in half, then gently come up into it. First, make sure it's always safe, locked in properly, around my lower back, and as I lean back, double cross legs, and then there we go, traction Jackson. I'm very close to the earth because of the height of the beams on the ceiling. It's really safe because I'm very nearly touching the earth, so it's a bit safe for my kind of like fear maybe of going upside down. Now this is where you can work your core. You can go into a banana man. This is really good for the shoulders. You can take side stretch, like a Parsva Konasana. You can take the form of the Superman or Superwoman. I'm pushing like doing I know you can see my front body, I'll do it later on. On the other side, I'm pushing the handles down. I'm gonna lift the upper body. And then of course, when you start to get comfortable with it, you make sure your upper body is strong enough because you will stay low like this, unwrap, and then feet up, pull away from the earth. Then you plow pose, you flip back, and then maybe knee down. Great opening for the shoulders. So the plow pose from it's really deep. You have to trust your upper body to pull in. Okay, I'm going to do a couple of things I did already, but I'm going to be facing you rather than facing away, so you know what I mean. Right, so like especially the Superman and so on. So this is where I'm holding the handles, I'm pushing down, push, extend. Really good one. Come out, you keep pushing, drop down. This is another form to open up the shoulders. This is your banana man. You can go sideways, and this is where you flip. But before I flip, I'll show you the back bend. This is, you can hold the handles, pull the elbows in, back bend, or you can drop the hand to the floor like Urdhva Dhanurasana and push your arms. It's tricky to get your arms straight. Yeah, to come up is really tricky in a hammock because the hammock is moving. So you find a way to open up the shoulders and the back. After inversion, always sit for a little longer, maybe, you know, just to get the head rush or whatever. It's a really good one. I like this one. When I step out, I take the hammock onto my shoulders, and all I do, the hammock supporting my shoulders. You can hold the handles or the trapeze side, like the part of the handles, to open up. So this is really quick session with the trapeze. If you're interested of learning, if you don't have it, please don't do it on your own. If you have the kind of trapeze, you think, oh yeah, I want to try it. Always please make sure you're supervised, make sure you're comfortable with it, because really build the trust with it. I've been teaching since 2016 and I've been practicing since then basically. On the link that will be available to you, you'll see where I teach it. If you're interested to see you, we'd love to see you practicing one-to-one. I teach a lot one-to-one, like with body issues. For example, like some of them have injuries, like or scoliosis or natural thing, scoliosis, slip disc or herniated disc, and it helps them a lot. Someone with bad shoulders, and rather than going to surgery, really opening and helping them to heal, you know, using this amazing technology called the Trapeze Yoga Tonic. Thank you so much.